Hi, I'm Dr. Kit Weathers, and it's time for the Root Tip of the Week. But before we get started, let's reach into the top hat for the magic illusion of the week. Okay, here's a little bet you can win with 3 quarters, bottle of Coke, and a $100 bill. Or in this case, let's make it a $1 million bill. So we're going to take the 3 quarters and place them one at a time on top of the bill. And the idea is we have to remove the $1 million bill without touching anything except one finger. So here we go. And the way we do that is very, very simple. To learn the secret to this and other magic tricks in this series, go to EndoRootCamp.com. Well, I certainly hope you enjoyed this week's magic trick. Right now, Root Tip of the Week. Well, I'm just enjoying the sunshine, but there's a lot of dust coming over here and a lot of noise. Not sure exactly what that is. Let's take a look. Okay, now remember. Today is the day that they begin to replace all of the fittings and the pipes throughout my house. And in order to do that, they've got to cut a series of holes for every pipe that's placed in so they can get good straight line access. Now, where does that sound familiar? One of the most important things you can do in endodontics is to get good straight line access into the canals so you don't risk breaking a file or taking away too much tooth structure. So, with that in mind, let's take a look at some things you can do to get perfect access in your endodontics every time. Proper access preparation is the key to uneventful and successful endodontics. So today's tip is going to show you how you can minimize your access opening while making certain that you go straight into the canal. Unimpeded straight line access is going to be the key to proper preparation. A couple of errors that you may make with access. If you make your access too small, you're going to miss canals and you'll have a very bad file path. Too large and you weaken the tooth itself. For years we've been de-roofing the pulp chamber and making the walls divergent and over-enlarging our access openings. I'm guilty of suggesting in the past that you should make your access opening so when you close one eye you can see all of the openings at the pulp floor. You don't have to do that anymore, and this is the old style. When you would go in and make a large access opening, and the distal canal on a lower molar does not have to be opened up as large as we have in the past. And I'll show you what I'm talking about right now. Our goals for today is open into the pulp chamber and large enough to get good straight file path into the canal and to maintain as much tooth structure as possible while we're doing that. This is the old technique. We would go in, we'd open up and straighten everything out, and it looked like we were getting straight line access into the mesial, which we are, as you see here. But when we go to the distal canal, if we go straight in, it's obvious that we have over-enlarged that distal. So what we want to do in the future, instead of going in at that angle, open it only up to the point where you're lined up with the canal itself. And this blue area you see right here is the area that we're going to leave. That's tooth structure we don't have to take away. As we see with the green arrow on the mesial, we have in the past been enlarging the mesial pretty well, but you don't have to go past the midpoint in the tooth itself in order to get good straight line access into the canal. That's the new way. The old way is shown here. The red line shows that in the past we have taken away too much tooth structure and not gone straight into the canal. So by limiting our access to the middle of the root or just slightly beyond the buccal groove, we now find that we can have straight line access into that distal canal and still maintain the majority of our tooth structure and have our access look like this. Well, that's it for another Root Tip of the Week. I'm Dr. Kit Weathers, inviting you to register at EndoRootCamp.com for free videos and special reports you can't get anywhere else. Meanwhile, I will see you at our next Endo Root Camp.